And also, I think sometimes as the viewer, it's nice to have some parts that are chatty and some parts that are just enjoying the visuals. So, let's get started. So, I've got a lovely selection of pens here in my beautiful, beautiful pen pot that my brother and sister-in-law brought me back from Japan. It's got a different part of the image on each side. It's really lovely. Okay. So I think I'm going to start off with these petals, and then I'll fill those in, and then I'll switch the canvas around and do the other side. So I really like to sometimes go in with pencil and then go in with pen. I like to just switch it up a little bit. So yes, let's start with this one. So I didn't quite realise when I had drawn this, but it's really giving under the sea. It's giving mermaid vibes. Yeah, you can see these kind of shell style shapes, and then also these kind of, well, you can't actually see where I'm pointing, that's helpful, isn't it? Here, these pearl shapes, and then the shells. So yeah, it's very under the water-esque, which, yeah, I'm just gonna go with that theme now. I think all the shapes that I incorporate, I'm gonna try and do very kind of corally or some days we were learning how to like longboard and skateboard, which was amazing. And there was a bunch of us that learned how to make macrame jewellery, so like crystal necklaces. So that was amazing. And so we decided to, this girl Flora, she's an artist, and she one day was like drawing all these mandala shapes in chalk on the wooden tables. It was really cool. And we decided to do a bit of a gift exchange. I'm just going to move this mic closer. Hopefully that's not in shot. I decided to do a bit of a gift exchange. And so I made her a crystal necklace and she drew me a mandala. And I took it home with me, absolutely loved it. And a few months after I got home, I was looking at it and I thought, you know what? I never really considered myself as, much of a drawer. But because it was kind of mostly shapes, I sort of looked at it and I was like, do you know what? I think I could do that. And so I sat and I drew my first one. And, at the time I was super, super proud of it, as I should have been, Obviously when I look back at it now, I'm like, wow, you've come a long way. But yeah, I really enjoyed the process. I found it really meditative and relaxing, and I just thought the effect of it was really cool. It kind of looked like a kaleidoscope, And so after that, I think my next one, I ended up drawing one for my boyfriend at the time, and then I did one for a birthday gift for my brother Steve. And yeah, it kind of just went from there, really. And so since then, I've drawn countless pieces, and obviously I started off, well, not obviously, but I started off very small. This is quite large scale. I started off quite small, and from then I've just kind of got bigger and bigger. And I've also gone on to paint some as well. I've done ones like this that have like gold paint mixed in with it. And then also I started doing dot work on wooden circles. I might do another ASMR video of me creating one of those. I think that would be pretty cool. Some of them have mirrors on the inner circle. And so yeah, it's just over the course of 10 years, just lots and lots of practice. This is where we are now. So I haven't really managed to sell that many. I haven't really tried that hard, to be honest. I have had a bunch of my paintings hanging in a holistic centre. They were up there for about a year, but I didn't sell any. And the thing is, so many people have said to me, you should just reduce your prices. Like, if they're not selling, just reduce the price. But the thing is, to be honest, if I did sell one, it would be amazing, but I don't create them with the intention of selling them. So for me to reduce the price just to sell it doesn't feel good for me. I don't want to take less money for something that, I look at something and I'm like, I know how long it took and I know how much effort went into it, and it just, does feel amazing when someone, you know, wants to hang a piece of your artwork in their home. It's really lovely. And then I also have sold a few prints of some of my original drawings, but I don't think I've actually ever sold an original drawing. Hopefully one day. I think if I created a website, that would probably help. You know, you can't expect people to buy your art when it's not actually available anywhere. But yeah, I mostly, you know, it's mostly for the love of it. I love the process. I like that it, you know, requires quite a lot of patience. It requires me to be quite still and to just relax a little. So yeah, if you're ever, you know, you ever want to, you're thinking about creating mandalas and you're like, this, you know, there's no way I could do that, or I don't have the tools, I don't have, you know, this and that, I would just say, just start. You know, when I first started, I think I was drawing on just some plain paper and, you know, pencil, ruler, measure it out as much as you want to. You don't have to be, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then, you know, even just a black biro or whatever colour biro you want to use, you know, just start practicing with different patterns, filling in spaces. Yeah, that's where I would start. You know, some people, I know that in the past, I'm reluctant to start something because I know I'm going to be bad at it at first. But you kind of just have to accept that. And just know that, you know, practice makes progress, and with every one that you draw, the next one will be better than the last. And you'll probably learn something from it. So yeah, don't be put off when you see pieces of artwork that have, you know, that are huge and have loads of detail, and because that person absolutely did not start off in that place. It's a bit like anything really, isn't it? If you want to get good at something, you have to do it. You just have to do it, and you have to practice at it. spent some time with my bare feet on the grass. It was a little bit chilly on my feet, but I was thinking about how during the winter months I'm someone that I won't get my, I won't go barefoot anywhere, so I wouldn't go barefoot on the beach or in a park, anywhere where my feet is connected to the earth. My feet are connected to the earth. And I think there is a lot to be gained from that. I think that we can get, I think there is a lot of science behind it, behind the kind of energy that comes through the earth and connects with us. And so I just wanted to take my shoes off and just, feel slightly more grounded. So that was a nice experience. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll finish off this section and then I'll move on to the next section and see where we're at. But I think what I'll have to do is stages, because there's no way obviously I'm going to get this whole thing finished in this video. So I'm just going to do a switcheroo now. Okay, so switcheroo has happened. Another thing I like about drawing mandalas is that obviously it is very structured. I do like to draw out all of my lines so that most things are quite even. But then within each shape, I like to be a bit more, like I wouldn't measure this, for example. I'm just doing this a bit more freehand because I like there to be some, human. What am I trying to say here? If every single part was perfectly measured, then you might as well just get a piece of artwork that's AI generated, I want all my little tiny mistakes or, just quirkiness to be visible. And upon first look, it probably isn't. When you look at something like this quite far away, it tends to look extremely uniform, but then the closer you get, you can see all the tiny little imperfections, and I really like that. Sometimes I will just go all in with pen first, but for the most part I like to do pencil. And some people, I have looked at other mandala artists, and some people, this is quite unusual for me actually, to draw the whole thing out. Well, to draw a large section of it out first. Usually I would just work section to section going out. So this is a bit of a different one for me, seeing which works for you. So yeah, as I was saying, some mandala artists will draw the whole thing out first in pencil, like the whole thing, every detail, and then go over it in pen. Some people will do, you know, each section going out. Some people start from the outside and work in. It really is just trying different techniques and seeing what works for you. Every now and again, I don't know if you guys can hear, but there's some birds chirping. You know, I might even just add some birds chirping to this so that it just sounds a bit more peaceful. I received a candle in the post about half an hour before I started filming, and it smells amazing. It's sandalwood and amber, and it's a crackle candle. I bought it because, well, one, because I don't have any candles at the moment and I love them, but also I'd like to film another relaxing ASMR, one with some, you know, a burning candle and maybe like a face massage role play, something with some really nice, you know, dim lights, maybe some rain sounds in the background. So so satisfying, especially like using a fatter nibbed pen. If anyone is particularly interested in how to create a mandala, or what tools I use or recommend, I'm happy to do a video talking about all of that stuff. I think I need to get my eyes tested. This is really, it's a struggle if you don't have your face right up to the pattern. Just thinking about the hostel that I mentioned earlier. When I was in Australia, it was in a place called Agnes Water, and I think I stayed there in total for about 3 months, and it was just such an incredible time. I don't know, there was something about that place, but also about that hostel. You know, most of the people that stayed there, and obviously you get anomalies, you get people that are there to just get drunk and mess around, and don't get me wrong, like, we drank enough goon to last a lifetime. Goon is, like, if you don't know, it's basically a boxed wine, really cheap. Yeah, but for the most part, the kinds of people that stayed in that hostel were just amazing, like, just loving, giving people, and yeah, it was probably a combination of things, not working, so not having that responsibility. Although I say I wasn't working, I was working at the hostel to pay for my rent. So I used to clean. I used to spend, like, there was a group of us. We used to spend maybe like 3 or 4 hours in the morning cleaning all of the rooms and the bathrooms, and that would cover our rent, which was obviously really handy because, if you're not working, then your outgoings are a lot lesser. All you're really paying for is like social stuff and then food. So I did that for a while, and then after I did that, I used to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and check people out of the hostel, and then go around and water all the plants. So that was actually like a really lovely way to start my day and to earn my which means that I am currently unemployed, which feels very strange, but also exciting because I don't know what my next step is. I mean, I have a rough plan of where I want to go, but in terms of work, I have no idea what I'm going to get offered. I'm basically just applying for a lot of different roles, and yeah, whatever it is, it's going to be an adventure, so exciting times ahead. I think, I'm not sure about this section here. I do know what I'm doing for this one here, so I think that's probably the one that I'll move on to next. And then we might just, oh, I don't know, I feel like a lot of black here and a lot of black here would also look nice, but you know, we just gotta try these things, and if we don't like it, it's pretty much nothing I can do about it, so just gotta like it or lump it. Yeah, I feel like it needs some more darker areas coming up. Yeah, it's been really strange not going to work. So I spent the last few days applying for some jobs, and Monday I actually felt quite stressed. I haven't felt stressed up until that point because I've got savings behind me, and you know, it wasn't just like a willy-nilly decision, it was a decision that I've been thinking on for a long time. So yeah, it was a decision that I took my time with a little bit. And originally I was just going to stay in the job and look for work whilst working there. do my passions every single day and get paid for it. I mean, I guess that's everyone's dream, really, isn't it? Hopefully in a few years' time, or maybe less than that, I'll look back on this video and I'll have all the things that I dreamed of having. Who knows? I really want to light my candle, but I'm saving it so that the first time I light it is on my video. But it smells divine. It's amber and sandalwood, and they are honestly two of my favourite smells, alongside rose and rhubarb. It's funny, I've got, I like the musky scents, but I also really like the Okay, time to move on to the next section. Okay, so I think the next bit that we're just gonna leave this bit for now because I don't know, I'm not sure what I want to do with this bit until I do this bit. So there's gonna be a lot of black going on through here, I think. I'm going to do these like flowery things here at the tip of each thing, and then do some bubbles and then colour around it. So this section I imagine is going to take quite a while. So we'll see how we get through it. Just doing these kind of random bubbles, some smaller, some bigger. It's good for really large areas. Okay. Let's try the 0.5. If you ever want to teach yourself to have more patience, start drawing mandalas. Because the thing is, like, obviously I don't have to do this. I could do a much simpler thing, design, but I know this is gonna look really nice. Well, I'm hoping it is. And so for me, it's worth all the effort. I do feel like maybe it needs more bubbles. My bubbles. Like more little ones. Little baby bubbles. So I've been trying to come up with some names for my YouTube channel. I mean, I literally could just call it my name, which is Rach. I was thinking Rach H. Currently it's Ray, which is, just short for Rachel. Well, it kind of isn't. It's more short for my D&D character's name, which is Reagan. But yeah, there's a few that have entered my head. Apropos nothing. Which my brother informed me the other day that the actual phrase is apropos of nothing. But I don't think that sounds as good, so and also it fits with my YouTube channel because I'm kind of at the moment just doing a bit of everything. Also, like, the nitty gritty, not the nitty gritty as in that's what my YouTube channel would be called, but the phrase nitty gritty. I also say gravy baby, like it's all gravy, quite a lot. And I thought maybe Gravy Ray. Which, I don't know, but there's something about that just really tickles me. Every time I say it, it makes me laugh. Gravy Ray, I just think, I love it so much, but also I just don't like the connotations of like brown gloop. I like gravy as much as the next person, but I don't know if I want gravy associated with my name all the time. So yeah, who knows if anyone's got any ideas for YouTube names for me. The thing is, I guess it's quite a personal thing. Who knows? Yeah, we're gonna be here for a while, guys. Hope you're in it for the long haul. I mean, I'm not gonna make it a crazy long video. yes, I'm hoping. I'm hoping that I won't have a fridge that does that. Yeah, it's kind of a shame that this doesn't have some tiny bubbles, but it is what it is. Okay, I think maybe we'll do one more here. I might go for a little sunset walk on the beach today. I might, do you know what I might do? I might go and I might cook my dinner and go and eat my dinner on the beach and hopefully not get attacked by seagulls. Yeah, actually, is that even a good idea? Maybe I should go with like some sort of